Welcome to State of Emergency. We're sitting here in our assignment desk. We've spent the last couple of days out and about. Spokane area has been considered a disaster area, so to speak, and in this past 7 to 8 days, over 40 inches of snow has fallen. Schools were closed for record amounts of time. We went out and got some pictures of the snow while it was falling, actually coming down, and you'll be able to see that dramatic falling down of snow and how it piles up. And from what I understand from scientists and environmentalists, this is usually what does happen in winter. It's the season of snow. We also spoke to Bill, veteran actor, who's doing a play locally here, a benefit, and they've lost actually thousands of dollars. We'd like to show you some of our discussions with Bill and the dramatic impact it had on him.
Yeah, yesterday at the play we had 80 people come. So it was a pretty big audience for a dinner theater, and it's $20 a ticket, so that's like $1,600.
We gotta pay the caterer.
Yeah, we gotta pay the caterer, and I think he does it for really cheap. And then we gotta pay for royalties on the play. It's a really old play. And then Stage West gets to keep the rest, so they get to buy new equipment and stuff. Today we only had 8 people. Because people, I guess, were calling up the city of Cheney and asking if the roads were open, because they declared this area a state of emergency, and people were telling them that the roads were closed, and there was a way to get there on 2nd Street, but they closed the entire 1st Street. So people were saying that you couldn't get through, so people just didn't come today.
And we also did go out onto the streets and watched as the emergency crews came in. We watched them come in and clean up. Now, this little area here, we only have maybe 1 or 2 plows, but there was a whole army of plows, and they shut down all the streets. They forgot to tell people they were going to do that, but that's okay, because nobody was coming here. Anybody. Nobody was anybody. Anybody who was anybody wasn't coming here, but some people who were somebody were. We went down to one of the local markets somewhere during the middle of this storm process to see if there were people lined up, as we have seen on television before, getting ready for this tremendous emergency coming in, so that they were stocked and prepared. And we'll show you some of this. What we found here coming up, let's see if we can roll this, and you'll see who we saw in the store preparing for the storm. So can we roll it now? Okay. find people stock up a lot before snow comes? Do they? Mm-hmm. So what kind of things do they get anyway? Just
basics.
Basics. And,
Stuff.
you know, before a hurricane, a lot of times you'll see people go out buying bottled waters and
Yep.
not everybody got the fantastic coverage that we did. We scanned through some of the online resources, such as you're seeing here, and we looked to see what other stations were doing. Of course, some of the major stations here don't have the expensive, fancy equipment that BobShannon.org does, so you'll have to take that into account when seeing their coverage. But we did hear that one of the stations managed to come out to the West Plains area and get their van stuck a number of times, and they had to sit there and take pictures of the snow falling for 2 or 3 hours, and then I think somebody finally came and brought them donuts. I'm not sure. Well, I'm glad you joined us today for this video, and make sure you stay tuned to this station, BobShannon.org, to get all the latest updates. We understand there are reports that spring is coming, and heaven knows what that's going to bring. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Bob Shannon.